Hey everybody, I'm attorney Mike Contant. A question we frequently get asked, usually in the context of a drunk driving case, is can the police draw my blood and under what circumstances? So in Massachusetts, there's only two circumstances where the police get to draw your blood. The first is if they get a search warrant. A search warrant is a document issued by the courts. The police would have to go seek a clerk magistrate or a judge, provide them with enough information, usually in an affidavit, to establish probable cause that they're going to find evidence of a crime by taking your blood. Okay? It's rare in a drunk driving case the police are going to take this step to go ahead and get a search warrant for your blood. That's one way they can force a blood draw. The second way is if you actually consent. They ask for your consent. They ask you to sign a consent form saying that they're authorized, a medical representative is authorized to take your blood. Now, most people, or many people, under these circumstances, they're afraid and they don't realize that they do not have to give this consent. They have every right to say, no, you cannot take my blood, I am not consenting. And that is our advice. You should always say, no, I don't want to consent to this blood draw. Now, in many cases involving drunk driving, there's a third way that the prosecution can get a blood sample. This is if you were in an accident and you were injured or otherwise brought to the hospital as a result of some complaints, some medical complaints following your arrest. What happens is at the hospital, they often will take blood to determine how to diagnose you and how to treat you. Now, keep in mind, this isn't the police doing this, it's the hospital personnel as a means of treating you. Unfortunately, what happens in these cases is that the prosecutor, once you've been brought before the court, will learn that you went to the hospital because the police write it in the report, and they'll subpoena those records from the hospital to get your blood test to try to use against you in that drunk driving matter. It often happens, and unfortunately, it's not the police doing it because the police, like I said, can only do it in one of two ways. One is if they have a warrant, and two is if you consent. So if you have any questions about this, about when police have the right to draw your blood, about drunk driving, or anything related to the criminal process, please feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. I'd be happy to speak with you about it.